Welcome again to Tech Unplugged live from NetApp Insight. I'm here with Stuart Oliver from Solidfire NetApp. Hi, Oliver.
Nice to meet you.
So, I know actually your role, but if you can introduce yourself for the public, it would be great.
Sure. So my name's Stuart Oliver, and I run the service provider program we call Fueled by Solidfire.
So you mentioned Fueled by Solidfire. What it actually is?
So, 4 years ago when we first started with the Solidfire product and Solidfire brand, we got a lot of questions from our service provider customers around sort of the pricing, the productization, the go-to-market aspects of taking flash to market. So we built our program really to help service providers around the world answer those questions. How do I productize it? How do I price it? How do I position it? What are the market trends with flash? How are other service providers competitively taking flash to market? And we take all of that and we work with our prospects and our customers and really help them figure out their go-to-market strategy with flash storage.
So I'm curious because I take all the story of flash for high-end service providers as well as enterprises, but actually many service providers are always looking for the cheapest of the stuff. So how can you tell them the story?
Well, and it's true that service providers are in business to make money. So they buy infrastructure services or technologies like storage, network, et cetera, and their job is to turn that into a profitable margin model business. And so yes, the Solidfire and all the NetApp products are competitively priced in the market, but it's more than just price, right? There's things around streamlining their operations. How do they do it more efficiently? How can they do non-disruptive upgrades? And you take those sort of technical aspects and then you build the business model on top of it. What services can you deliver to your customers that are going to drive more value? How can you deliver services that you maybe couldn't have done before to bring more of that customer workload in? We know that 68% of enterprise applications still sit behind the enterprise firewall. So why are they holding those applications and not moving them to a cloud-like model? And so we help service providers build the services that can appeal to those kinds of workloads and those kinds of customers to ultimately help them generate more revenue. And if they're generating more revenue, obviously price is an important factor, but over time when they're building and selling these assets, we can show them how to do it more profitably, even though flash is typically more expensive than spinning disk.
Yeah, so you're working a lot around the economics. So how actually this happens? So do you really give them some advice, real advice, not just marketing? I'm telling you. So professional services. What kind of tools do you have to help them?
So one of the benefits of having a global team is that we have a global perspective on the service provider market. So we have a service provider in the UK that's expanding into the US. We can share data that they may not have access to. We have a service provider in the US that's expanding into Asia. We can take some of those experiences that we've learned, share them with that service provider. So it's much more around, because of the nature of the way we interact, we can share data they just can't get anywhere else. And it really does help them make the right business decision for their infrastructure.
And you talked about large providers moving from one country to the other, but there are also a lot of smaller providers, okay? Is it flash also for them?
Absolutely. We have some of the world's largest customers as service providers, as customers. We also have some of the world's smallest, it seems. And each one has a different economic model, right? They have different reasons why they go to market. They have different customer sets. And ultimately, as long as they understand how we can help them create the economic model behind the services from a storage perspective, they can then choose how to sort of carve up or slice and dice the IOPS and the capacity and sell them to their customers. So you don't have to be a large customer, you could be a very small customer with a completely different customer base.
No, so it sounds really interesting actually. Where we can find more about this program, do you have some resources, some links?
Absolutely. So if you want to learn more about the Fueled by Solidfire program, if you go to netapp.com/service provider or the solidfire.com microsite, you can learn a lot more about how we can help service providers figure out their next generation storage strategy.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again.